Hey y'all, here's how I made these cute little ghosts out of paper napkins. So first you'll just need a regular paper napkin, so I'm cutting this in half, and then I'm opening that half up and cutting it in half again. And now you'll have two singles, and what we're going to do with those is cut some little wavy patterns in it. This is going to be the bottom portion of our ghost, and then kind of round off the edges of the top portion of your napkin. And now we're going to make the stand for our ghost, so I'm using a 3-inch wood slice, a stick, and a pine cone. You can also use a little pumpkin instead. The pine cone is going to be used to round off its head. And you're just gluing those together because this is what we're going to attach our napkin to. So I just added some glue right on top of that pine cone, and we're gluing a napkin directly to that. Now we're just going to turn it to the side and add some more glue underneath the side on the pine cone, and then you're just going to wrap that napkin right around to the front side. This will help smooth out the front side when you add the second napkin on top so that you don't have that rough pine cone surface. So those two sides should meet right back around to the front. This is how it looks on the back, and this is how it looks on the front. And now we're adding the second portion of our napkin. This will be the front side of our ghost. So you do have to be a little bit careful with this portion. Just try to keep it as smooth as possible. Now I'm just adding some glue on the back side, and we're just going to carefully wrap that to the back side of our ghost. And it may be easier just to lay it down when gluing this portion, just so you don't have to put a whole lot of pressure on it. And you'll just repeat that process for the other side of the ghost as well. So the back side isn't going to be as pretty. I haven't figured out another way to do this. This is only like the third ghost that I've made. So if you have any suggestions, just let me know. And just to give our ghost a little more of a shape, I'm just adding a little dab of glue on the wood slice so that I can bend in the napkin a little bit. Now to add its little face, I'm just using a Sharpie for this. And I also wanted to show y'all how I made the little hat, so I'm just using a little piece of burlap, just kind of rolling that up and gluing it, and then we're just going to cut out the rim of the hat, so I'm using another piece of burlap ribbon, and I'm just kind of cutting a little rounded shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. And just attaching that with a little bit of glue, and you can repeat this process for the other side of it as well if you want it to go all the way around the hat. And you could just leave it like this, honestly, but I did want to add a little twine to it, so I just wrapped that right around it. So you could make a little hat, or you could just go with a simple little bow. This just helps cover up any imperfections you may have on top of your ghost's head. I also wanted to try making one holding a little pumpkin. So I'm just using my fingers underneath to kind of hold onto the pumpkin and kind of create its little arms as if they're holding onto the sides of the pumpkin. And I think that turned out really cute. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it was super long, but I wanted to cover everything. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.